vector clear. Well, there you go, vector clear. Boom. Simple enough. So we need to make one more function here. Void clear weapon vector. Remove previous vector elements. Then we need to call that before we do anything. So if anything that uses this W vector. Okay, so now should probably do something similar with these ones, but we'll do them, figure out a different way. It just can't be done the same way with this. But now we have to be able to get these. That's the next part, is be able to return the values stored in these vectors and set them with the set them into the weapon queue. That's gonna be the next difficulty here. We'll only need one though for the last three though. And then we'll need another function for spreads. And that one will have other things that we'll need as well. So, void, or no wait. So we could say return hardpoint. Let's see, how to return an object. Okay, so we'll just pull it up by making it equal a static singular hardpoint object, and then return that thing there, whatever we'll call it. So this one can be down here. But they'll both use it. So hardpoint. Get spread hardpoint. So we'll need to send the iterator, and then also weapon spread number, hardpoint get weapon vector hardpoint, and this one we just need to send I. I think that'll work. We'll find out as I'm coding it here though. So we'll go back through and start working on these new functions here. So hardpoint ship Alright. So I'm going to try and make this agnostic as far as the value goes, so that any weapon spread number can be used. But that's not possible because they're all named differently. So we're going to have one of these for each thing. I guess we're supposed to have 8 if statements or something. It's going to have to be done that way. Maybe if we'd figured out a way to do like a matrixed vector that we could then scroll through or iterate through the vectors, then go to each element into those vectors, but I'm not sure if you could do that. Let's see. Oh, so you could do it that way. Uh-huh. That may be something that I can look into dealing with later on. They're actually doing it wrong, aren't they? You can't access them through this, element system like that. It has to be done at. As far as I know. Very odd. But that'd be something that I can look into for doing later, implementing later. So I'll just be a quick change of code. Well, okay, no, I kind of downplayed that. That would be a huge change of code, but it would be a good change, I think. Be able to compress those 8 down into 1. We have to change quite a bit of stuff over in here, though. For now, we'll leave it the way it is. We'll say that for that change for 0.6 if we ever get 0.5 done. So if spread equals 1. Or wait, don't we have a value here? Before I get too friggin' into here. Current weapon, yeah. Current weapon spread, we have that value there, so we can just use that. We don't even have to pass it. As long as that gets set. So, we don't need that, just I. So if ship current weapon spread alright, so now we need to return the hardpoint object from the specified spread at the specified point. So return, or we gotta do the object first. Placeholder equals SW spread 1. Dot at I. And return placeholder. So just leaving off there for a second to go figure out how this is going to exactly work. So we come back to here. I'm going to say weapon key equals pushback. Dot pushback. I'm going to say mplayer dot p ship dot get spread hardpoint. And since there's only one, we're going to say 0. Or wait, sorry, that's going to be weapon hardpoint. Weapon vector hardpoint. So ship weapon vector. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Oh, whoops. What the hell? 6, 6, 7, 7. And I'm gonna do one more. Oops, cancel. Hit B instead of V, 8 and 8. Alright, then back over here. We want to say so for I equals 0, I is less than can we do, let's see, mplayer.pship. So get plus plus. Got people here pigeon proofing, yes. Pigeon proofing our house. Pigeon crap and other extraneous materials have caused the roof to start to leak whenever it rains. Or at least not really technically leak, but I guess yeah, technically it is leaking to the wall, so that there's like a water stains forming up on the roof, on the ceilings, so that up there, making sure pigeons won't be able to sit there and crap all over our house and onto our roof. So I just need to create this function real quick here. So I'm going to take placeholder and replace it with sweapon spread dot at or dot size. And we'll just put in the values here manually. And then we just take out this part here. Oops. Alright, that takes care of that. So we go back over here, and it'll return the size of whichever weapon spread we're using. So that way it'll be only one for that one, which is a big plus. And then we're going to say weapon Q dot push back and player dot pship dot get hell, what was that one called? SH point, that's right, okay. And that's what we'll use to load that into there. So now you do the same here. So that's what you want to say get WV size. The hell's the problem? $39. What the hell? There's no string being declared here. There we go. Had to give IntelliSense a swift kick in the ass to get it to work properly again. Hate it when that happens. Okay, so now everything's linked up the way it should be. It's just a point of, it not having that red line there. It wouldn't have affected it if I had belted out that way. So to belt it out correctly. Let's see. So, back over to here. And we can just actually use this one also for this up here. We need to make sure again that when we do this, we're cleaning out the vector. So we need to call clean weapon queue. So I've got it set up now to bring in all the parts that it needs to, all the stuff it needs to. So what we then do is this. We call setup weapon queue. So M player yeah. Maybe we did it from up here. Well, no, because it goes right into here from wherever it's coming from the battle. So maybe we do that from over here in battle processing then. So damage dot setup weapon queue. So M player H team so this is the players. Yeah. Actually, I already have his hostile, so it is hostile. Just so we can pass it along, since we already have it. And all this other stuff. Alright, and then from there we call on all the weapons. What we'll do then is we'll call it each weapon on its own, and then do whatever we have to do for the damage for that weapon, and then add it to the damage pool that'll then be applied to the attacked craft. And I'll save that last bit for tomorrow. Even though this last day, I just don't want to get too much recording, because I'm recording to one of my other hard drives that doesn't have that much space on it. So, but thanks for watching these videos. If you enjoyed them or found them educational at least, go ahead and vote them up. And I'll see you tomorrow for our final, hopefully, recording session for... Actually, we'll have to be the final, because that's the last day of the month. Our final recording session for this developer's vlog, in which I'll maybe, hopefully, finish off this whole battle processing thing here. Hey everyone, this is GeoWolf from Productions², and we're here for the final day of our developers vlog 4th edition for Space Crusade. Forgot what it was there for a second. I might, keyword just might, do a little more after this. Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on how much I get done today. I know this thing down here, I don't know what happened with this, but I guess I opened up, mini opened up or something down there and got stuck there when it was opening, when Windows was loading, and so haven't been able to get that gone. Not trying to actually get rid of it. But anyway, let's see. What were we working on? I had stopped because we were going to do it, start on it the next day. I was over in damage, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we're talking about this and how we were going to deal with this. And how it connects with this and other things such as that. First, we need to do a couple of things here first. First, we need to figure out how this is going to actually work. What this is going to do now is we're not going to be applying damage to the player right away. What's going to happen is that we're going to go through each type of damage that we have from the weapons, figure out if there's a special, flag attached to it, and then if there is, affect that flag onto the damage or the enemy ship later on when we're actually applying the damage. Or right now, if it's applied directly to the damage and not the enemy ship itself. That's going to be kind of hard because we have a lot of different damage types. And they all have different effects, and some of them could be used combined together. So we have to figure out how we want this to go. For example, if a player fires off 3 napalm 3 weapons, are we going to have those stacked directly on top of each other, or is there going to be like a floating system where each successive attack with a specific weapon has a lesser degree of effect? So, for example, let's say that you use the first napalm bomb, it does like 500 damage, and does a 150 damage concurrent for 6 turns. Now, let's say you use another one. This one's a little bit stronger. Let's say it does 600 damage. Or no, let's say 410 damage, but it does 260 damage concurrent for 6 turns. So we're going to have that be combined, combined total of like 310 damage every 6 turns, or is it going to be 150 plus like 25% of whatever 260 would be, and then add that together, and then that happens like that. I think I want to go with a system that doesn't do a direct stacking, because there are situations in which that kind of system can be abused and would be abused. And we've seen such systems be abused and be fixed by not allowing stacking. Like on MMOs, I think World of Warcraft used to, or still does, have a thing where if you cast a spell and you cast it again, that directly affects you, it doesn't stack. It just kind of cancels the old spell and applies the new one. that works in that instance of the system, but with this one, we're talking about damage that happens to an enemy when you attack it. To say, you know, like, okay, so we're using this one, so your previous attack doesn't count, it's kind of a cop-out. So we need to find a way to apply the special damage at a lower rate if it's used more than once. So we'll say, like, up to, you know, we'll say we'll take 25% off of the damage for each concurrent weapon used of that type. So up to 75%. So like if you used 5 napalm 3 weapons, the first one would do full damage, the second one would do the full normal damage, and the concurrent damage would be minus 25%, then the next one would be minus 30 or 50%, and then the one after that, the two after that would be, no, it'd be the 3, because that was 2, then the 3 after that would be minus 75 on the concurrent damage, you know, each turn damage per turn. Same thing with all these other ones, like the Doomsday Bomb. Or no, that just happens instantly. Like Nanite, for instance, Nanite weapons does 15% of HP damage for 8 turns. Now, if you actually well, I guess that would work, because it'd be of your current HP, not your max. If it's a max HP, you'd end up killing the enemy just with that. But if it's 15% of your current HP, the higher the HP is, the more damage they'd have, and then because you know, like 15%, like for instance, let me open it up here. Open up a calculator real quick here. So let's say we have, you know, just as an example to show you what I'm talking about. If you have 98 health, right, then you're going to take off 15% of that. So multiply that now by 15. You get 11,475. We'll say 11.5. So we had 74. Let's just say 74.5 minus 11.5. 63. You know, 15%, and so on and so forth. Until you get so low that's like down to the single digits, but that's how it would work, that kind of graduation. But now if you double stack that, that would be a problem. So we'd again have to say, okay, so you'll have less damage happening per turn. Now here's an interesting thing. What is 25% of 15%? So if it was a third, you could say 5%, but it's not a third, it's 25th. And 15 doesn't go into 4, or 4 doesn't go into 15, so it's going to be some weird number. I don't even know how to begin to find that. I'm not even going to try it for right now. I'll just figure out how to do that later on. But just kind of give you an idea of what that's going to have to happen with that. So the first thing we have to do this with all, well, damn, this is interesting. If we do them all within this, then we have to do them for all of these. And then also for the hostiles, so we don't want to do that. But perhaps we'll make a function that will go through. What we'll do is we'll grab the weapon name, and then compare that in the use a for loop and compare that in the data system, and return a value for whatever position it's in, and then we can send that item ID through to this other function, and then it can go find the information it needs for each item, and then we can do it that way. I think we'll have to do that, and that way we can do whatever we need to do with the damage. Okay, let's go ahead and start trying to flesh this crazy thing out here before I convolute the idea I just had. So first thing we want to do is we want to do a for loop here. So we want to go through for each element in the weapon queue. So for I equals 0. Crap. Let's see, I is less than weapon queue dot size. I plus plus. Alright. So then what we do is we say we have to send the weapon name through to the data system. So do we have data system up here defined now? So we'll create one. Data system ds. And we'll add data system here. Okay. So now ds dot get I code string, or not string, we'll just say pass through weapon q dot at I dot get Okay, so we gotta do this a little differently here. What we need to do is we need to find this. That's right. This is just a placeholder for those values. We need to actually interact with the ship class to get the information. So we need to do a couple things. First, we do need to have an if statement, a conditional branch going here. So if if weapon q dot at I dot get weapon type equals laser. I'm pretty sure there's a lowercase we used. If not, that's gonna suck, but let's make sure. Let's see. I guess it'd be in ship. Yeah, laser, missile, rails, heavy. It should just be rail, not rails. Just singular. It's kind of strange, I said rails. Make sure I don't have that anywhere else. Yeah, so just rail. Alright, so, laser. Oops. Oh, oops. Got my parentheses there. Alright, so if the laser, if the weapon is of a type laser, then we say mplayer.get or .pship.get. Oh, it's just player. pship.get. And we want to pass the slot. So weapon q dot at I dot get HP slot. Too many arguments to call function. Hardpoint damage, weapon Q. It's probably because this hasn't been created yet, so shouldn't matter. It should be fine. So when this label, put a note here, it says essentially that what this is going to be doing. Send slot of current laser weapon to ship for turn of item name. And so we're going to have a string here. We'll say weapon name equals, and we'll just send through weapon name here. Outside weapon name down here. String name store weapon name. Okay, back over here at ship. I want to add in a couple new functions here. Alright. So now we need to do the code for those. So string ship gets L weapon int slot. And so we're going to say return lbanks dot at slot -1 dot HP weapon dot get weapon name. Now, do we actually need to do that? Or is it going to do the slots? That is a good question. So it would go from 0 though. Very well, we don't need to do -1, I don't think, then. So just slot. It should have a good name. That returns the name. Where's hardpoint.h at? Okay, now yeah, so each weapon type is specific to the specialized hardpoint class here. Yeah, it'd have to be. Alright, so that is how we'll have to do it then. Okay, so we get that. We return it to damage, the string that is, sets it to WName. We then send WName to get iCode. Which is going to come back to I code. And we need to then also add I code to this. Alright, so need to open it up. Where are you? Data system. Data system. Since the weapons are all in one huge table, we can just use this one function to find the one we need. There aren't going to be any that have the exact same name. They'll be slightly different. So then what we need to do is come here and put in a new weapon data search entry here. We'll get an ICO. Let's go ahead and put it in where it actually needs to go as far as interesting. I guess we could put it down here. Now we'll change that one over here real quick. Get weapon ICO, just so we can make it fit in where it needs to be. So W. Strange. I guess this is in the order of which the weapon data is situated, so we'll set it to the end then. Int get weapon I code string weapon name. Return the I code for specified weapon. Kind of reverse of how we do it with the other stuff. So over here, so 125. This thing's flying around over there. Put it down here. I'll figure out a way maybe later on to get that so we don't have to have it statically set like that. I++. I think I had at one point in time figured out how you do actually find out the size of a particular dimension of a matrix, but I've since then forgotten it. I think I used it in a Java program I had to make for one of my classes. What we want to do now is we want to go through each row of the matrix and examine the name and compare it to what W name is. And if W name is the same as the weapon name that we have currently selected, then we return that I code. So we say if W name equals weapon DB, so I0 return Oh no, wait, return. Never mind, that's right, we need to return the value of I. Never mind that one, that was a little mix up there. Return I. Later on we may actually add also a catch if the weapon is not found. Actually, I should probably do that. Else, well, let's create a message here for this. mp.mr message. That should be 34. Just need to add a reference up here for it, I think. Proc MP. Alright, then back over in message proc. We need to add that in to the top here. It's going to another dev error message. Yeah, 34 is what it'll be. Okay, so we got that in. Alright, and then that'll come back up here to damage. Now from here, too many arguments. I think it's just some crazy BS with the... Yes, there's nothing there. It's just IntelliSense being a jackass again. Happens a lot. How is that possible? Not a problem here. Maybe we need to encase this further in a other block here.